and tonight's Bob DeBoer Memorial here at the Rapid Speedway. Post Metal Recycling Night. They're holding down the VIP booth over there in turn number 1. Big thanks to Post Metal Recycling, bringing you the racing action here tonight at the Rapid Speedway. Heat race number 1 of 3 for the USRA Stock Cars. Coming to green. Green flag is in the air. Right out the gate off of row number 1, the 45 of Dustin Gulbranson to the early race lead. Aaron Stetniks, Rich Gregoire, and Darren Cordles round out your top 4. Early on as we come off of turn number 4 to complete lap number 1, Dustin Gulbranson, your race leader. Dustin Gulbranson, Stetniks in that second spot. Darren Cordles right behind the 4 of Stetniks. Rich Gregoire on the bottom in the 32X machine. Cordles will move up to 3rd. Gregoire back to 4th. Josh Kelderman, Corey Kelderman, Kevin Kremen and Logan Fitzpatrick round out your field. Heat race number 1 of 3 for the USRA Stock Cars. Precision Auto Body and tonight's Bob DeBoer Memorial qualifying heat races. Dustin Gulbranson, your race leader in the 45. Logan Fitzpatrick slows at the back of the pack in the 221. Aaron Stetniks in that second spot. Darren Cordles, Rich Gregoire, your top 4 presently. Top 4 tonight will advance to the redraw. Dustin Gulbranson, your race leader. Aaron Stetniks, Darren Cordles, Rich Gregoire, your top 4. Josh Kelderman, Corey Kelderman, Kevin Kremen, and Logan Fitzpatrick as Gulbranson slows topside of turn 4 with the lead. And the tough night continues for Dustin Gulbranson. To the back of the pack in that 45 machine, Aaron Stetniks inherits the lead. Aaron Stetniks, your race leader. Darren Cordles, Rich Gregoire, now Josh Kelderman in the top 4 in the running order. Stetniks with the lead in the 4. Here comes the 11K of Cordles to the outside. Stetniks down low in the number 4. The 11K of Darren Cordles up top. Cordles takes over the race lead, coming off of 2 and down the backstretch. The 11K of Darren Cordles to the front. Aaron Stetniks going to battle back on the bottom side in the number 4. He'll hold on to that second spot. Rich Gregoire will start to work on Stetniks for second position. Josh Kelderman presently in the 4th and final transfer spot for the redraw here tonight. Corey Kelderman on the outside looking in for the redraw, as is Kevin Kremen, Logan Fitzpatrick, and Dustin Gulbranson has retired from the heat race. Darren Cordles, your race leader, with the white flag in the air. The 11K of Cordles, the 4 of Stetniks, 32X of Gregoire, the 43K of Kelderman, your top 4. Checkers coming out this time around. It's the 11K of Darren Cordles. Darren Cordles taking home heat race number 1 in the 11K machine. Aaron Stetniks in that second spot in the number 4. Rich Gregoire in the 32X. And Josh Kelderman in the 43K, rounding out your top 4. Brad Grotenhuis in the 0TG and Roger Verdorn in the 04 on row 3. 4th and final row for heat race number 2. Glenn Wienia in the 36, Colby Clausen in the 34K. We'll try it again. Green flag back in the air. Heat race number 2 of 3, the USRA Stock Cars presented by Precision Auto Body. Kind of a log jam at the back of the pack is John DeBoer, your race leader in the 9B. John DeBoer with the race lead. Jason Fisher looking down low. Colton Ahrens getting in the mix, as is Roger Verdorn, your top 4 here on lap number 1. Patrick Grotenhuis, Colby Clausen, Glenn Wienia, and Pat Stopper in your second wave of cars. John DeBoer, your race leader. Colton Ahrens in the 46 in that second spot. Ahrens looking to the low side to the inside of DeBoer. DeBoer up top in the 9B. They're side by side coming off of turn number 4. And John DeBoer holding on to the race lead. John DeBoer in the 9B. Colton Ahrens in the 46. The 14 of Jason Fisher. The 04 of Roger Verdorn. Your top 4 on the field. Heat race number 2 of 3 for the USRA Stock Cars. Presented by Precision Auto Body. The Bob DeBoer Memorial here tonight. John DeBoer, your heat race leader. Colton Ahrens making the pass, sliding up in front of the 9B of John DeBoer. Colton Ahrens to the front. here in heat race number 2. Aaron's your race leader. DeBoer back to second. Here comes Jason Fisher from his third spot. Looking to get to the inside of DeBoer for that second spot on the running order. Colton Ahrens with the race lead. Jason Fisher and John DeBoer side by side for second. Roger Verdorn rounding out the top 4. Colby Clausen in that 5th spot. Glenn Wienia, Brad DeGroat-Nice, Pat Stopperin round out the field. Heat race number 2 of 3 for the USRA Stock Cars presented by Precision Auto Body. The Bob DeBoer Memorial here tonight at the Rapid Speedway. Colton Ahrens with the race lead, checking out from the rest of the pack. John DeBoer looking to hold off some wild dogs in that 9B. Jason Fisher underneath him, Roger Verdorn right behind him. Colton Ahrens in the 46 machine, John DeBoer in the 9B, Jason Fisher in the 14, Roger Verdorn in the 04, your top 4. Colton Ahrens in the 46, taking it off of 4 to the white flag. Ahrens, DeBoer, Fisher, and Verdorn, your top 4. Clausen, Wienia, DeGroat-Nice, and Stopperin, your running order here in heat race number 2 of 3. Coming to the checkers this time around, your heat race winner, the 46 of Colton Ahrens. Colton Ahrens in the 46 machine, taking home heat race number 2. John DeBoer holding off the pack of wild dogs to pick up that second spot. Jason Fisher running in third, and Roger Verdorn round out your top 4. Third and final heat race lineup on the pole from Rock Rapids in the 43. It is Mark Henry. Outside of row number 1 from Laverne in the 15, it's Tommy Crock. Row number 2 to the inside, Tanner Vandetop and Dustin Larson on the outside of row 2. Ryan Cordles and Spencer Callis make up row 3, and at the back of the pack in the 66Z, Elijah Siebenbergen. Green flag racing, third and final heat race, Precision Auto Body USRA Stock Cars here tonight at the Rapid Speedway for the Bob DeBoer Memorial. Dustin Larson looking for the early race lead in that black 5L machine. He'll wheel it up front. Dustin Larson, your race leader. Tommy Crock in second spot. Mark Henry, Elijah Siebenbergen, your top 4. On lap number 1, Spencer Callis, Tanner Vandetop, and Ryan Cordles rounding out the field. Third and final heat race for the Precision Auto Body USRA Stock Cars. Qualifying heat races for tonight's Bob DeBoer Memorial. And Dustin Larson, your race leader. Elijah Siebenbergen moving that 66Z to the second spot in front of Tommy Crock. Tommy Crock in third position. Mark Henry, your top 4, into the clutches of the 20K of Spencer Callis. Callis in that 5th spot, working on Mark Henry for 4th position as Larson continues to lead. Dustin Larson with the race lead. Elijah Siebenbergen, Tommy Crock the top 3. Mark Henry still holding on to that 4th spot. Spencer Callis, Tanner Vandetop, Ryan Cordles rounding out the field. Third and final heat race for the Precision Auto Body USRA Stock Cars. Dustin Larson and Elijah Siebenbergen running 1 and 2. Siebenbergen in the 66Z starting to reel in that 5L. Spencer Callis still working on Mark Henry for that 4th spot. They're side by side as they head off into turn number 3 for the 4th and final transfer spot into tonight's redraw. Spencer Callis looking underneath Mark Henry, and Callis is there in the 20K. Spencer Callis taking that 4th spot away from Mark Henry. Dustin Larson's got company behind him. Here comes Elijah Siebenbergen with 2 to go. Larson and Siebenbergen running 1 and 2. Tommy Crock, Spencer Callis, your top 4. USRA Stock Cars presented by Precision Auto Body, the Bob DeBoer Memorial here tonight. We're coming to the white flag, folks, this time by Dustin Larson, Elijah Siebenbergen running 1 and 2. Tommy Crock, Spencer Callis, your top 4. Tanner Vandetop, Mark Henry, and Ryan Cordles rounding out the field. Third and final heat race for the Precision Auto Body USRA Stock Cars. Checkers coming out. It's the 5L of Dustin Larson. Dustin Larson taking it home in the 5L machine. Elijah Ziebenberg and it's easy, making the move from the back of the pack up to second spot. Tommy Kroc finishing in third. Spencer Callis rounding out the top four. Top two will make their way through. The night will be over for everyone else. Up front on row number one, Andy Wazorek, Cody Wangerin will get us started. USRA Hobby Stock B, feature number one under green. Andy Wazorek off to the early race lead. Wangerin and Marnie DeBoer side by side for second. Wangerin for the time being will take that second spot. DeBoer with the inside run in the 50M. They're still side by side for that second spot. Wildeford coming in that 7W as well from the fourth position, right behind that side by side second position battle. Top two get through from both B features here tonight at the Rapid Speedway of the USRA Hobby Stocks, presented by Sebus McGraphics of Sanborn. Andy Wazorek in the number 9, your race leader. Marnie DeBoer in the second and final transfer spot presently. And Wildeford along with Wangerin side by side for third position right behind DeBoer. Justin Wildeford out of Fulda in that 7W machine. He'll move into that third spot as Wangerin slows. Up on the top side of the track, Landon Crone will take the fourth spot from Wangerin. Andy Wazorek, your race leader. Marnie DeBoer in second spot, and Justin Wildeford on the outside looking in that 7W. He'll work on Marnie DeBoer as a caution flag flies. Caution comes out. USRA Hobby Stock B, feature number one.
Debris over in turns 3 and 4 spotted by the Rapid Speedway track officials. They'll scoot on out there, get that cleaned up, and we'll go back into green action. Whatever it is that's on the racetrack, they asked for a firefighter to come grab it, and that generally means whatever it is hot.
Probably not a hammer.
Yeah, not a hammer this time.
He gave me a microphone and a cable earlier today to bring back to the track. I was wondering, what do you keep taking stuff from the track for?
Sabotage, I tell you.
Oh, something else. Andy Wazorek, your race leader. Marnie DeBoer in that second spot. Justin Wildeford on the outside looking in that 7W. As we go back, green flag racing, B feature number one for the USRA Hobby Stocks. Andy Wazorek with the race lead. Marnie DeBoer at second spot. Wildeford, Crone, Wangerin, Schneekloth, and Kroc rounding out your field. B feature number one of two. Top two from the B features advance. The night is done for everybody after the top two. Andy Wazorek, the race leader. Wazorek and DeBoer 1 and 2. Justin Wildeford trying to put up a challenge in that 7W. Marnie DeBoer too quick in the 50M as DeBoer will hold him off for that second spot for the time being here in B main number one for the USRA Hobby Stocks, presented by Sebus McGraphics. Wildeford with a real nice run in turn number 4. Gets to the inside of Marnie DeBoer, and Justin Wildeford is there for that second spot. Marnie DeBoer battling back on the top side of the 50M. Wildeford taking over the second spot. DeBoer a little squirrely as she enters turn number 3. Andy Wazorek, your race leader. Justin Wildeford second spot now with 2 to go. Marnie DeBoer back to third. Landon Crone running in that fourth spot, working on DeBoer. Wazorek and Wildeford running 1 and 2 on the field. B feature number 1 of 2. For the Sebus McGraphics USRA Hobby Stocks. Wazorek, your leader. Here comes Wildeford, the white flag. Landon Crone putting up a challenge for that third spot to the inside of Marnie DeBoer. Justin Wildeford, he doesn't want to just get through. He wants to win this B feature. Andy Wazorek, your race leader. Justin Wildeford to the inside. Coming to the checkers this time around. B main number 1 to the 9 of Andy Wazorek. Andy Wazorek taking home B feature number 1. Justin Wildeford in that second spot. He will transfer to tonight's A main as well. And B main number 2 for the USRA Hobby Stocks taken to the track. Your starting lineup for the second and final B main. Up front on row number 1, James Adams in the 3J. Tyler Larson in the 51. Tracy Haluska, Travis Banded Top on row number 2. Nate Regneris and Travis Dan on row 3. At the back of the pack of the 28, it is Terry Larson. Top 2 get through to the show. B feature number 2 under green for the USRA Hobby Stocks. Tracy Haluska wasting no time, bombing into that second spot. James Adams to the race lead in the 3J. Lurson running in third position, followed by Regneris. Your top 4 here in B feature number 2. Top 2 get through to the show. The night is done for everybody thereafter. Adams and Haluska running 1 and 2. James Adams and Tracy Haluska running 1 and 2. Second and final B feature for the USRA Hobby Stocks, presented by Speedway Graphics of Sanborn. Here tonight at the Rapid Speedway. Night number 1 of the Rapid Nationals. James Adams, Tracy Haluska, 1 and 2 in B main number 2. Adams and Haluska, your top 2. As Adams goes off the track at the top side of turn number 2, Tracy Haluska inherits the lead, and that will send Nate Regneris into that second and final transfer spot. We'll see if the caution will come out for Adams. He's limping that car along. And yes, the caution will come out. James Adams with the race lead up and off the track at top side of turn 2. And a tough break there for the 3J of James Adams. Well, tough break for the 3J of James Adams. He'll be pulling in pit side, retiring for the night. B feature number 2 of 2 for the Speedway Graphics USRA Hobby Stocks. Tracy Haluska, Nate Regneris, your top 2 as we go back green flag racing. Tracy Haluska with that race lead. As Tyler Lurson put in the charge on Nate Regneris for second spot. Regneris holding on to that second position for the time being. Top 2 will get through from tonight's second and final B feature for the USRA Hobby Stocks, presented by Speedway Graphics. Tracy Haluska, your race leader. Nate Regneris a little squirrely at the bottom side of turn number 2, but he's got enough room for error in that 32 machine. Tyler Lurson behind him in that third position. Tracy Haluska continues to lead. Regneris, Lurson, your top 3. Moving up to fourth spot is Banded Top, followed by Larson and Dan rounding out your field here in B feature number 2 for the USRA Hobby Stocks, presented by Speedway Graphics of Sanborn. The 86 machine of Tracy Haluska, your leader with 2 to go. Tracy Haluska followed by Nate Regneris. Tyler Larson, your top 3. Then at top, Larson and Dan rounding out the field for B feature number 2. White flag coming out this time around. Tracy Haluska, your race leader. Tracy Haluska with the race lead. Nate Regneris at second spot. Now white and orange 32 machine. Tyler Larson on the outside looking in the blue and checkered 51. Checkers coming out this time around for B feature number 2 to the 86 of Tracy Haluska. Nate Regneris in the 32 also in the show. Tracy Haluska, Nate Regneris qualifying for the show from B feature number 2 for the USRA Hobby Stocks, presented by Speedway Graphics of Sanborn.